Oh, hi guys, it's Bob from Greybeard Models. Welcome back to the channel. Wow, it has been quite a hectic few weeks. Um, so we're moving on to the next vehicle on the. Oh dear, sorry, bit of sniffly cold. The next vehicle on the 79th Armoured Division list, um, where we're going, and this one's slightly different. Well, not slightly different; it's a lot different. Um, As you would have seen from the title, this is the Buffalo. Um, this vehicle was the LVT4, and it was known by the name Buffalo or Water Buffalo by the British, and it was used predominantly across Northwest Europe into the Low Countries, crossing the Rhine, all of that sort of thing. It was ideal for the area in the Low Countries because the Germans had actually flooded the area. So, as a machine, it was great. It's absolutely done what it was designed to do. Um, so, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at it. As you can see, I've got the Italeri version. I was going to buy the AFV Club version, but unfortunately I couldn't find one. So it's probably loads out there now. The other thing is I've added to it the AFV Club tracks. Hopefully they fit. They should do. They look lovely. They're really far better. Unfortunately, the Italeri ones are rubberized tracks. And also we've got some updated decals and machine guns. So without wasting too much time and too much of my waffle, let's get over to the bench and we'll have a look. Well, I'm not actually going to do a sort of unboxing and going through all the sprues and all of that sort of carry on, but I just wanted to have a look in the box and it seemed like a good idea to do this. So yeah, great 79th Armoured Division logo there. According to this, it's got decal sheets of 5 versions and it's got a photo etch fret. The 5 versions are on the side here. What have we got? We got A on the cover. It says here British Army 5th Royal Tank Regiment 79th Armoured Division, Rhine River, Germany, Spring 45. Not shown, British Army 2nd Commando Brigade, Comachi Lake, North Italy, 1945. Also not shown, US Marine Corps unknown unit in the Pacific Theatre of Operations, 1944. This particular version here is British Army 75th Royal Tank Regiment headquarters, Elbe River, Germany, 1945. And this one here, US Marine Corps unknown unit, Luzon City, Philippines Liberation Campaign in October of 1944. So there's a whole raft of different versions here, which is cool. Let's turn that over there. So first and foremost, you've got your decals. Nice set of decals. Some photo etch. Oh, these look like the gun shields there, which is quite cool. Italeri instructions. I'll be wary of those. I haven't built an Italeri kit for a long time, and the last time I did, I wasn't that impressed. But I am told that this is a good kit and it goes together quite well. So we'll have a look. Two sets of sprues, I think, in that bag. One set of sprues, the tracks in that bag. Yeah, fairly straightforward. So I don't see this posing too much of a problem. He says. Probably shot myself in the foot there. But anyway, we'll carry on and make a start. Right, well, the Buffalo is quite a straightforward kit to build. There's really not a lot to it. When you think about it, it's just a box on wheels. So I basically put together this first section here, section 1, which ends up looking like that, and put that together and sealed all that. It's fairly straightforward stuff. Not a lot of any problems with it particularly. Yeah, there's a minor sink mark here, but I don't know if I'll need to do anything with that. I might have to give that a little bit of an infill just to make sure whether or not this face is actually what I was trying to do, because I put that together and then put this together, this section 2, and that's section 2. One of the things in section 2 is it tells you to drill two holes out there. They refer to pins on part number 68A in section 11, and they're 1.1 millimeters in diameter, so I just drilled those out. But that's like the inner part of the Buffalo, and if I get this the right way round, I think it's there, like that, generally speaking. That goes together sort of like that. If I've got it right way around, trying to work it out. Right, so that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, and that goes there. Get it all in place, and then that means that this section here is actually on the outside. This where this little sink mark is. So I'll just deal with that. That's not a problem. And in the meantime, we'll get on, having done section 1, section 2, moving on to section 3, and I made a start here. So it's basically a mirror image of section 1. So that's that. One of the other things that I meant to show you was two things I meant to show you. These looked at the machine guns on the Buffalo kit, and they're not very nice. It could be better. So I bought this set. This is an Academy set, and as you can see from here, it's a selection of 50 cal, 30 cal machine guns, and things like barrels, ammunition belts, ammunition boxes, and stuff like that. Quite a really nice kit actually from Academy, really quite cheap, and it just upgrades the parts in the Buffalo kit. That's that. And the other thing that I got was this set. This is from AFV Club, and this is the tracks for the Buffalo. As you will have seen, he says, pulling the bits out, as you will have seen, these have got horrible rubber tracks. So you know I have an aversion to these rubber tracks. So they'll be replaced by these. These are far better detailed track, go together really nicely, and it makes 72 links. I haven't done a count up, but it should be more than enough. And they give you a colour call out, which is steel, which is good. So I'll be adding those to the kit and adding the machine guns. The other thing that I was going to get, and unfortunately hasn't turned up from Hannants yet, is a set of decals, an additional set of decals. When they turn up, I'll show you. But then, that's where we are at the moment with this kit. So moving swiftly on, we'll get some more put together. Right, so we've got both sides of the hole done now. Tidied up a bit of that sink mark there, but and I think after it's had a coat of paint and stuff, it'll disappear. If not, I'll have to come back and redo it. So there's the two halves. So we've got those done. As you saw earlier, we've got the bottom of the hole done, and that actually sits in that direction. Got a couple of parts, these parts here. Don't know which way round they are, but these two parts here sit on the inside of the sides of the hole and fit into these slots at the bottom here of the bottom of the hole. So that's all done. Let me just move that out of the way, get a bit more space. So the top of the hole, put all of that together, all these parts here, and some of the bits, the visors there, and these don't know what they're called, those little pins. In a nautical term, I'm sure people out there with a nautical bent will be able to advise me accordingly. Right, so we've got all of that done. These are the wooden sort of seats that are in there, but you have them. I've got them in the folded up position. Just a little couple of tags on there just to remind me of which one's which. And what else have we put together? This has gone together really quite nicely. So there's the ramp at the front. Just done a little bit of the magic Mr. Surface of 500 in there just to hide a couple of sink marks. So that will settle nicely, and that will be that. A few other little bits and pieces done, and the next stage will be to fold up the gun shields, whatever. Okay, so I was going to continue and do the machine guns, but I think what I'll do is I'll hang on and do it as a separate video. So I think it'd be more interesting, and you can see how I've modified things to get them to fit. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.